Learning from my daughter, Sanjit Kavlekar.
Which is the biggest star in the sky? Which is the biggest star in the sky?
The sun.
Good, Marilee, great. Because I learned that just recently from my 5.5-year-old daughter, Kimberly. I'm just joking. I learned it many years back. But I'm relearning from this little girl. Madam Chair, fellow Toastmasters, and most welcome guests. June 7, 2003, our lives changed dramatically. But it changed more specifically 3 years later in 2006, when my daughter turned 3. And she was able to string words together to make sentences like beads on a necklace. She's a headstrong girl, Kimberly. Amazing. I'm learning every day from her. Take, for instance, the time we took her to the mall. She saw someone eating chewing gum. And she asked my wife, "Mama, can I have chewing gum?" My wife knew it's not good for her. She said, "No, you can't." She kept asking. She's persistent. She knows about persistence. And finally, she said, "Mama, but chewing gum is like antibiotics." My wife was shocked with that one answer. That's what we face practically every day. And it just doesn't end there. We found our daughter learning more and more as she joined the Montessori daycare program. She started there about 2.5, and she learned so much. She was learning about plants. She was learning about animals. She was learning about continents. It so happened this day that she had just learned about the various continents in the world. She came home all excited. "Papa, I've learned about continents." I said, "Yes? What did you learn?" "Oh, there's different continents, okay? Can you name some?" "North America, South America." I said, "Yeah, my daughter's learning." "Europe, wow." I was shocked. I said, "That's great. You're doing a great job. You're learning every day." Until that evening, the news came on. And the newsreader was talking something about some firecrackers in Surrey. She heard the word Surrey. And she said, "Papa, can you tell me which continent is Surrey in?" Children are like sponges. They absorb everything you say. So you got to be really careful what you speak. My wife last year, she was pregnant and she lost her job around August or September. So she decided to just stay home. When she came home, after she heard about her job loss, she was talking to me and she was really, really upset. Now, we didn't know that this little sponge was absorbing things. And we should have been a little more cautious. And we only found out this February, during spring break. My daughter was home, my wife was home because we just had a baby. The baby was about 1.5 months. So my daughter was playing in her tent, in her little IKEA tent. So she roped in my wife, she roped in the little baby and said, "You're going to be my patient. I'm going to be a doctor, Dr. Kim." Great. My wife, she goes down to her level very, very often. She likes to play with her. So the patient, the mother, and the child go into this tent to Dr. Kim. So my wife asked her, "Oh, doctor, how are you today?" Dr. Kim responds, "Oh, I'm doing well, thank you. I just got laid off." And I started a hospital at home. It didn't end there. She checked the little boy, her brother, and said, "He's doing well, great." And my wife took that opportunity. Why not throw a question at this little girl, the doctor? So she asked her, "Okay, doctor, I have a question for you." "Sure. Can you tell me if you have a solution for a little girl, a 5-year-old, that does not listen?" My wife was trying to get her perspective and try and get an answer. My daughter didn't hesitate a bit. She turned around and she said, "Oh, sorry, I only treat 3-year-olds." Next patient was out the door, the next patient was in. We had a baby in February 1st to be precise. My sister-in-law immigrated from San Diego, California, over to Vancouver. My daughter loves her aunt. She treats her almost like a buddy. Sometimes even doesn't respect her. But that's all in love. So it so happened that my sister-in-law is in BC looking out for a job. Now she has this habit of thinking out loud and thinking through her questions for an interview. I hope she doesn't go to Craig, because she'll get a 0 on the math. But she was practicing her question, and one of the questions was, "What are your strengths?" So Nita is sitting on her chair and thinking, my strengths: I am reliable, I am flexible. Suddenly, from the closet in her room, this head pops up. "Nita, did you say flexible?" Nita didn't even know she was in her closet. "Yeah. Honey buns, what happened? What's the problem with flexible?" "Nita, I don't think you should say that word because you're not flexible with me." Poor Nita couldn't say anything further. She had to go to Toronto for a job. She kept saying, "Oh, why do I have to move from BC? I love BC." My daughter had a solution. She said, "Just go, and when they ask you a question, say, 'I don't know the answer.' You won't get the job. You don't need to move." Simple solutions. Ladies and gentlemen, children can bring you the most amazing ideas because they are not prejudiced. They don't have these silos that we have from our experiences. Their thinking process is so different, and it's amazing. I'm learning every day, and I'm trying to go behind that thought process, and hopefully I can apply that to my daily life and find simple solutions, not difficult ones. With a newborn, I'm sure the gray cells in my head are going to be on that treadmill running faster than normal. But I hope to learn something new every day. Because I think it's the most amazing experience when you just take time to listen to that child and see what they have to say.